Christmas has arrived at Kitten Caboodles with so many beautiful ornaments for your holiday tree. Check out their huge selection of holiday decorations, and there's even a special section for pets. They also have Yankee candles, Thompson's super scented candles, and many other brands. And you can celebrate your favorite collegiate team with a special ornament for the tree. Make Kitten Caboodles your first stop during the holidays and delight everyone on your shopping list.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Huggins Peel.
Parker's Kitchen is my new daily coffee stop.
Gourmet beans are freshly ground for every cup. Get your own cup of great tasting, freshly brewed coffee at Parker's Kitchen.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
It's been another wet day across the region, and we're expecting more of that wet weather heading into tomorrow. We'll have that forecast update for you coming up in just a minute.
And if you find it in your heart to give this holiday season, go ahead and get your phone handy. We're taking you live to Wellstar Children's Hospital of Georgia's biggest fundraiser coming up next. And a $21 million deadlock could soon hit home for Augusta families, tourists, and artists. We show you the vital programs on the brink and how you could feel the impacts coming up next, too. Thank you for watching News 12 at 6 o'clock on WRDW and now streaming live on WRDW+. I'm Will Rio. We'll get to those headlines in just a bit, but first, ahead of a busy weekend and a rainy weekend, some Christmas parades have been canceled or postponed. Take a look at your screen. The city of Augusta has canceled its parade that was set for tomorrow. Officials tell us the parade will not be rescheduled. However, the tree lighting will be. We're told that'll now be on next Saturday, December 13th at 4 p.m. at the Augusta Common. And over in Grovetown, leaders there have postponed the Christmas parade and festival. The parade will now be held next Saturday as well at 10 a.m. The festival will follow at Liberty Park from 5 to 8 p.m. And Waynesboro's parade has been postponed until next Saturday, too, at 1 p.m. And here's a list of other parades that are still on for this weekend. North Augusta's parade will be on Sunday at 3 p.m. That'll be on Georgia Avenue, and Aikens will be on Sunday as well at 2 p.m. That'll be on Park Avenue and Lawrence Street. As weather is top of mind, of course, we'll send things over to your First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Riley Hale, with what can we expect this weekend, Riley?
Yeah, Will, we had a wet day today and expecting pretty similar conditions out there again tomorrow. Now, it should improve by Sunday, but if you're heading out this evening into early tonight, we'll likely continue to see these light showers passing through the region, so not much improvement for the immediate future, and we'll likely see a pretty similar setup again heading into our Saturday. Temps are chilly out there. Right now, we are still in the upper 40s and gradually going to fall into the mid-40s for the rest of tonight, so it's pretty much been like that all day long. And looking ahead to tomorrow, not much different. We are going to keep those rain chances fairly high through the middle portion of your Saturday, so between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. that's going to be our best bet to see some light showers passing through the region again. Once we get later to tomorrow evening, still hanging on to cloud cover, but it does look a little bit drier. And then heading towards the second half of the weekend, mainly dry Sunday, but we are looking at the potential for some dense fog to be forming early Sunday, so I want to make sure you're aware of that hazard. We'll have more of the rest of the weekend for you in just a bit.
Thanks, Riley. You can give the gift of life this holiday season. It's day 2 of the Wellstar Children's Hospital of Georgia iHeartMedia Cares for Kids radio and telethon. It's the hospital's biggest fundraiser every year, and all donations benefit the young patients there. And that's where we find your Zana Halliburton live for us. Zana, you've been out there all day. You were out there all day yesterday. How's it going?
Will, day 2 of the Radiothon Telethon is going amazing. You know, all throughout the day, we've had children and families impacted by this hospital come to support Radiothon. And when you hear those stories and you see those faces of those little kids who may not even know what they went through years ago, it really does something. It really pulls at your heartstrings. And those are the little faces that you are supporting when you donate. All of those donations stay local, supporting those families. Within the last hour, we've had the phones ringing. We've had people calling in to become a miracle maker. That's when you decide to pledge $15 a month. We have our level lovely volunteers here still on the phones waiting to take your call, and they're going to be here till 7 o'clock, so that's roughly just an hour if you would like to call in. So in this hour, we are raising money for vein finders. We are shopping from 6 to 7 for vein finders. It's $1,000 each, and we need 3 new ones. Now, a vein finder is $1,000 each, so that's $3,000 this hour, or just 17 Miracle Makers if you decide to pledge $15 this month. So it's kind of quiet in here. Our ladies are currently not on the phone, but they can be. You can call and support purchasing a vein finder. We all know as an adult it can be difficult to get stuck for blood draws, IVs, all the things. So imagine if you're a 1-pound baby needing to do that. Babies don't even know what's going on, but these vein finders help make it easier for those babies. So again, we are shopping for 3, and they are $3,000 each, or if we get 17 Miracle Makers within that hour, that will support that cost. So you have for the next hour to talk to these ladies on the phone. Radiothon is still going on tomorrow. It's going to kick off from 8 to 1 o'clock. If you don't want to call in, though, you still will be able to text CHOG to 34984, or you can head online at caresforkidsradiothon.com at any time. So even when the phones go down tonight at 7 o'clock, you're still able to donate via text or online. So, Will, it's been great on day 2, but we certainly have a lot of time left for people to get on the phones. I'm going to check in with my friend Michelle here. Michelle's been volunteering her time. She's done it year after year. Michelle, how is it when you answer the phone and you hear that voice, someone just calling to give in support of all of these kids and families?
Well, it just makes your heart just feel like it's going to explode. It's just the best feeling in the world. You know that is going to help someone. There's a child that's really going to benefit from that, and it just makes me happy to know that there's people out there that want to help. You know, in this world, they really care. It makes me feel better about mankind right now. But I'm excited for these kids. I'm excited for their families. They deserve all the help that they can get.
Thank you, Michelle. And it is the season of giving too. So, yes, exactly. So, what better way than to support these hospital and all of the kids that come through? Because, like Michelle was saying, we really do have a great community in our area, a group of people that are always so supportive. And well, there's people here in this hospital sleeping upstairs that could use your support right now, Will.
Absolutely. This is one of the great resources right here in our own community, and hopefully no one has to use it. But if you do need to use it, we're thankful that it's right here. No donation is too small. Again, we have the information on how to donate. It's going to pop up right here on your screen. Take a look. You can call 866-412-KIDS or text CHOG to 34984 like Zaina was saying. Or you can also donate online once the phones are no longer working at 7 o'clock tonight at caresforkidsradiothon.com. Well, he's not Santa, but a very special guest came bearing gifts to children at CHOG today. Take a look. News 12 trailed behind country singer star Cody Webb as he went from room to room. Webb is from Rich Springs, South Carolina, less than an hour from Augusta. Good to see him visiting some patients there at CHOG. As Augusta commissioners remain deadlocked on a $21 million budget shortfall, families, tourists, and artists across the city could soon feel the impacts. Programs that help abused children, tours that bring visitors to the canal, and grants that support local artists. These are just some of Augusta's most essential services, and they aren't always the ones that you see every day, but people running them say that this loss will be felt very quickly. This decision will directly affect vital programs. Your Sydney Hood spoke with the organizations on the brink.
You don't always see a community's safety net until the threads start to pull loose.
We've already cut 70% of our overhead. Our salaried employees, I've cut that by 70%, which no other agency's cut it that deep or that hard. We don't have anywhere left to cut. So I probably have to lay off people like our boat captains, our tour guides, and I'm not sure if I did, I'd get them back because they haven't had a raise in several years.
The ripple effects reach beyond the canal. Downtown, another Augusta tradition is in jeopardy.
I would say probably 50% comes from the city because we have a lot of city workers that have to be paid, for the festival. It's a large festival. It takes a lot of coverage. from cleanup to water to power, fire, police. We need all of that. So yeah, it would be really challenging. We'd have to really, really work hard. I'm not saying that it couldn't happen, but we need those funds.
The cuts reach beyond tourism and culture. They impact Augusta's most vulnerable.
We probably have over 50 kids a year that we're working with that are being sex trafficked just in Richmond County. We interviewed a kid not that long ago, a couple weeks ago, who was talking about she was just up at the Kroger on Washington Road and she was meeting people there for sex trafficking.
Child Enrichment interviews nearly 700 children each year.
Not everybody can do what we do here and sit down with kids and sit down and hear the horrible things that kids have had to endure. We can do that here, but we need the support of you to make sure we can do that.
Different missions, different needs, but the same fear that losing this support won't just change their budgets, it could change what Augusta can offer its people. In Augusta, Sydney Hood, on your side.
The next budget meeting is set for December 16th. Even with some cuts commissioners have agreed on, they still need to find roughly $7 million to fill the remainder of that hole. The deadline to approve the budget is December 31st. If commissioners don't approve it by then, the city attorney says the government shuts down. A $2.2 million grant is breathing new life into a historic park. Today, the Salvation Army Kroc Center of Augusta broke ground on renovations for the Ann Boardman Park. The new plan includes sand volleyball and pickleball courts, an artificial turf field, and a playground accessible to all children.
Park along the Augusta Canal with athletic fields, walking trails, and a fully developed community location is something that's really 20 years in the making.
And the funding comes from Governor Brian Kemp's Improving Neighborhood Outcomes in Disproportionately Impacted Communities initiative. A wish just came true for one local boy. We're about to introduce you to 5-year-old Turner from Aiken. He got the gift of his dreams today from Make-A-Wish, South Carolina. Take a look.
Turner, your wish is granted.
All right, pretty good looking there. Turner's mom tells us golf carts hold a special meaning for that family. Take a listen.
We had a golf cart for a while. That was a hand-me-down from several family members, and its time had come, and it was definitely a missing piece of our family. Even though it is a vehicle, it's so much of who Turner is. To be outside with the wind in his hair, rain or shine, putting a rain cover over and still driving through the neighborhood, that's who Turner is.
Turner is diagnosed with a nervous system disorder and experiences seizures. Make-A-Wish South Carolina has granted more than 4,700 wishes to kids and their families across the state. And coming up, a new Mexican restaurant is now open for business in Harlem. We take you to Agave's Mexican Grill coming up after the break. Riley?
And make sure you have our First Alert weather app if you have plans to be out and about for the weekend. We are keeping those rain chances in play tomorrow. We'll have more of the forecasts next.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
This is not you.
December 11th at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center.
Hello, CSRA. This is David Stickney, dealer principal, Augusta Mitsubishi. Last month, we ran our Wishbone Special. That's right, our Wishbone Special. We were able to donate over 70 turkeys to the Golden Harvest Food Bank. This is my wife, Catherine, and I'm David. And from our family to yours, we want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving and a very Merry Christmas. Augusta Mitsubishi, powered by deals, fueled by freedom.
The Players Lounge, where Georgia athletes break down the game. From last week's biggest moments to the next matchup ahead, they're calling it like they lived it. Now streaming on WRDW Plus and WRDW.com. Inside the Players Lounge.
All right, you can support small businesses tonight at Christmas on Liberty Street there in downtown Waynesboro. This is a live look at the event. It looks like a good amount of people came out despite the rain. There are a variety of local made items for sale. This is the perfect time to grab Christmas gifts, and there will also be a gingerbread contest, Christmas lights, music, and much more. The event ends at 9 o'clock tonight, so you still have plenty of time to get out there. If you're not out there already, make sure you bundle up a little bit. Maybe bring that rain jacket, Riley.
Definitely so. Need the rain gear, especially in places like Waynesboro. Looking at our radar network, you can see they are very active on the radar right now across Berg County, stretching across the river into Barnwell, Bamberg, Allendale. A lot of this rain is impacting the central and southern CSRA and likely will continue over the next several hours. But as you saw from those live pictures right there, people still out enjoying themselves. So as long as you're prepared for the wet weather, it's definitely bearable. Not necessarily super heavy rain, and luckily no thunderstorms, anything like that expected. Rain chances, if you're staying here in Augusta, will be high the next couple of hours. Once we get later into this evening, as far as measurable rain, looks to be a low chance for us, but may still just have that patchy mist, some drizzle out there that the radar beam may just overshoot. But overall, just going to stay pretty chilly and cloudy for the rest of tonight with that chance for maybe an occasional shower. Looking ahead to your Saturday, those highest rain chances will be found across the middle portion of the day. So I would say between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., that's going to be your best bet to see some wet weather across the area. And right now, it looks like areas near and south of I-20 have that best bet throughout the day tomorrow. Once we get in towards our Sunday, we are expecting the chance for some fog to form, especially early in the morning. So a heads up for that risk. But for your Saturday, temps will be in the 40s pretty much all day long. Highest rain chances once again through the middle portion of the day. And as we just said, those highest rain chances will be near and south of I-20. Once we get towards our Sunday, we're watching out for the potential of some dense fog advisories to be issued early in the morning. Visibility expected to be less than a half mile across many spots in the CSRA. The good news is about Sunday, though, it should stay mostly dry. We're going to hang on to that cloud cover, but overall, it looks like the rain chances should be pretty limited during the day to close out the weekend. There's that fog for your Sunday morning, so heading off to church definitely could impact that commute that way. Make sure you're wearing your low beam or using your low beams, not your high beams out there if you're going to be driving in that fog Sunday. Quick look at the 7-day. We'll have another look at this for you coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, Riley. If you love authentic Mexican food, there's a new restaurant in Harlem just for you. A local family just cut the ribbon on Agave's Mexican restaurant. The Garcias are originally from Mexico, but have been in the States for about 25 years. They co-own Hacienda on Columbia Road, but have always wanted a place to call their own. After a couple years of finding the perfect spot, they're finally ready to open up a new spot as a family.
Want you to come in and feel like you're part of the family, because it is a family establishment.
Come in as a customer, leave as a family member.
Yeah, that's exactly our motto.
The Garcias came to America with nothing. The kids have gotten to watch their parents get everything they've wanted through hard work, from humble beginnings to living the American dream.
Because we used to share an apartment with it was 10 people living in a home. Me and my siblings, as well as my parents, were in a room together. And just seeing them come this far, it's not just exciting, but it's become kind of like a very emotional experience.
Agave's had their grand opening today. You can find them at 720 Point Bluff Parkway there in Harlem. An opening date is set for the new Publix in Aiken. This is what the store looks like tonight ahead of its opening. It's located on Silver Bluff Road at the Village at Woodside. The grand opening is this Saturday at 7 a.m. And just ahead in sports, we're live from Orangeburg as Bamberg Earhart tries to complete a perfect season. Stick with us.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Christmas bells are ringing at the Dixie Belle Peaches store at I-20 and Riverwatch Parkway. Come in today and get your Christmas tree cut fresh and direct from the farm. Dixie Belle's has pecans by the basket, bucket, or bushel, shelled, unshelled, and chocolate covered, plus homemade pecan pies. And don't forget the famous sourdough bread. Find fresh oranges, tangerines, and apples, plus gift baskets and more. The Dixie Belle Peaches store has everything you need for an old-fashioned Christmas. Take exit 200 off I-20, located next door to the Waffle House.
Olympus Granite, the home of the 20.
Welcome back in, folks. Going back to that 7-day outlook for you. Remember, prepare for some rain during the middle portion of your Saturday. Luckily, looking dry Sunday for any parades going on. I think we have one in North Augusta, Columbia County, and even a few other spots. So right now, it does look dry Sunday. Just going to be cloudy and cool with that fog early in the morning. Heading into our Monday, we're still expecting the chance for maybe a quick morning shower, but mostly dry day. And then finally, the sun does make a return by next Tuesday, and that should stick around most days next week. So we just got to make it through these next couple of days. Here's a look at your Saturday. So early in the morning, it's going to be cloudy, maybe some patchy mist and some drizzle out there, but the better rain chances will be occurring once we get towards around 10 a.m. through the middle portion of the day. And you can see the dividing line could potentially be I-20 here. So if you're up north of that, you potentially could see a little bit drier day than us here in town and further south. But be prepared for the rain out there again tomorrow.
It's Friday night, where the best of high school football is here on News 12. Under the Lights, sponsored by Chandler Law Firm.
Hey friends, over in Orangeburg, in just over 7 minutes, we will know if a 35-year-old drought is coming to an end. Bamberg leading Lamar in the Class A state championship 28-13, and I am pretty cool, but the only thing colder than me is this Bamberg defense icing out Lamar to just 13 points. That was the last time they scored at the end of the second quarter, so they're holding pretty well here, and this has been the story for this team this entire year, only allowing on average about 2 scores through the 4 games of the playoffs. And similar story to Lamar is they've been running this offense this entire time. We were talking about 65-plus scores a game. So this has been a really, really tough battle for this Bamberg team, something that they haven't been able to see throughout the playoffs. The last time they played a close game was against Cross. They were able to win by 3 there. But this is Corey Crosby. I think we just got, yep, I think we got something here. I just had a flag, though, so I think it's coming back. But this is Corey Crosby's 4th year at the helm of this Red Raiders team, and this is the first time that they've been undefeated leading up to this state championship game. So if they pull off the win today with win number 15, they will have their first perfect season in program history. Now in the GHSA tonight, we also have Lincoln County over in Early County, and then we have Burke County over at Carver Columbus. So a rehash of that 2A state championship. Coach Michael Youngblood over at Thompson actually gave Franklin Stevens all of his notes on that game. So hopefully they're able to use that to their advantage. But yeah, in just over 7 minutes, we will know if this Bamberg team can pull it off.
Thanks for that, Alyssa. On this day in 18...
And All In for Miller struck a little bit of gold out there today. Looking at our 3-degree guarantee brought to you by Tub Doctor. Our forecast, 49, actual high 50, $50 more heading towards All In for Miller. Another quick look at that forecast for you just after the break.
Roddy Flair.
Welcome back in. Another look at that 7-day outlook for you. Remember, for your Saturday, we are expecting decent rain chances through the day, and then heading into our Sunday, a little bit drier. Let's take a look at Monday. There is going to be the potential for some quick showers out there early Monday morning. This potentially could lead to a wet commute in a few spots, but those showers should push east of us relatively quickly. Not really expecting that rain to last too much into the morning time, and by the afternoon, we should be generally dry. So once again, just that 20% chance for rain out there early Monday, but past that time frame, we are finally back to some drier weather again Tuesday, and seeing that sun really make an appearance by the middle of next week.
All right, thanks, Riley. Stick with us. We'll have more on 26 News at 7 and News 12 at 10 and 11 o'clock. Thanks for watching.
America, this